Hey everybody, it's Overkill here with a replay from the current YouTuber tournament that's going on, hosted by Devin and Smart Donkey. So, if you don't know about this tournament, it's 16, I think it's 16 YouTubers are playing in a Attila tournament with set factions. I was given the Saxons. My opponent today is Lionheart, so yeah, he was given the Langobards. So, basically, just a quick overview of the tournament. Let me just read the email real quick for you guys. Sorry about this. I should have had it up. But let's just read this. It's a tournament with 16 YouTubers. The factions were randomly assigned to us. They took out a bunch of factions that were considered under or overpowered. So the Romans are gone, the Huns are gone. Certain Celtic factions are gone, I think. Someone does have a Celtic faction, but it's only one person. And it's just so it's more interesting in battles. You build up your army. You actually learn to play it better during this tournament. It's quite interesting. And basically, this battle will also be shown on Smart Donkey and Devin's channel eventually, as soon as they decide to record it. So be sure to check it out there as well with their commentary. And it's a best of one tournament. So basically, if I win or lose this battle, I'm kicked out of the tournament. Or, well, that was stupid. If I win the battle, I go on. If I lose, I'm kicked out. Sorry. If I lose the battle, I'm kicked out. That's what I meant to say. And it goes that way until the final, which is a best of 3 against the two best players, of course. So yeah. And the battle rules, it's set to large funds, which is 10,000. Large battles is turned off, and there are no rules on unit selection, so that's quite interesting. So yeah, just a quick list of the people. There's Dragonheart, Rexasaur, Total Warzone, me, Prussian Prince, Alex the Rambler, Legend of Total War, Haxo the Hunter, Malekith Skadi, Stifsra, Warrior of Sparta, Incoherencel, Lionheart, who is my opponent, Moosey, King of Pergamon, and the Wise Coffin, of course. All of their links will be down in the description below. But I've talked enough. Let's get into the battle. So as I said, I am the Saxons. Lionheart is playing as the Germanic Langobards. You can see my army composition consists of 2 units of Nordic Horse Lords, 2 units of Heroic Cavalry, and 2 units of Saxon Lancers. I have both wings are exactly the same. I have 5 units of Elite Duguth Spearmen, which you'll see don't really work well for me in this battle. I'm not quite sure if they're a bad unit, but honestly, after this battle, I don't know if it was just Lionheart's units, but you'll see. We have 2 units of Nordic Warriors, 2 units of Nordic Axe Warriors. My general is a Nordic Raid Leader, and then we have 4 units of Nordic Bows, and that is my entire army. That is 20 units. And yeah, me and Lionheart had some nice banter during this. We did play it live, but we didn't record, obviously. We just wanted to play the battle, have some fun, and it was great fun. We had a nice conversation about Warhammer after. You can see the balance is not in my favor, but he has more, or I have more men than him. It's basically because of his Godin's men. Also, I should have showed the army. Sorry about this. He's reacting to my movements. He has 4 units of Noble Germanic Horsemen, I believe. And something I need to see is, are these a spear unit? Yes, they are. Okay, that answers some questions. Or doesn't, actually, it makes it more complicated as to what we see later. But he has, what, 3 units of Germanic Warband? Yep. He has 2 units of Godin's Chosen. No, 3 units of Godin's Chosen. You can see they look awesome. And then he has 2 units of Godin's Men, which are scary. They're very scary. His general is a Godin's Warlord, and he has 4 units of Elite Germanic Archers. So he definitely has the edge in skirmish. He has much longer range than my basic Nordic bows. The Nordic factions are very limited in their choice of archers. They only have 1 unit of archers, 1 unit of hurlers, but then they have a strong selection of skirmishers, javelin men rather. So I might in later battles take javelins, because maybe the bows just aren't worth taking. They didn't do much in this battle. But yeah, you can see that Lionheart is opening up with his archers. And of course, they're going to be doing lots of damage. They have long bows, of course, so that's why they have such long range. And you can see, if he wasn't using Flaming Shot, which I'm quite interested in the fact that that's what he was using. If he wasn't using that, he probably would have done even more damage. These units would have been dead even faster. So it's quite interesting. But you can see the Cav engagement is forming up. My melee cav is protecting my shock cav, basically. My Saxon Lancers are hiding behind the other 2 units, and you can see that these are quite cool. What I tried to focus my army on was fear. My general has the fear ability, and all of my units, except for the spears and some of my cav, are scare enemy units. Both of my melee cav units, I believe, scare. You can see the cav engagement has begun. So my Nordic Horse Lords are clashing with his Germanic Horsemen. or his noble horsemen rather. And you can see my lancers are very awkwardly trying to get around in here. I wanted to do a rear charge, but I figured it would waste too much time with these Germanic warband on their way, so I just decided to charge in. You can see my my bows are just getting hammered, and I started moving my Duke of the Spearmen forward. And you can see that doesn't matter for Lionheart's men. I put them in spear wall. Doesn't make a difference. These guys are absolutely crazy. And you'll see as this battle progresses that these spearmen were obviously not the right choice for this battle. But more on that later. Don't want to spoil anything. You can see the engagement has started here. I got my Nordic warriors into the back of these noble Germanic horsemen, so they're not going anywhere. But this Germanic warband did charge in, so I'm trying to get my horse lords out and all of my cavalry in general. I am sticking into the fight with this noble Germanic horseman because I can easily beat that. My heroic cavalry are a much better unit. Their attack versus cavalry is massive. You can see Lionheart's charging his Godin's warlord general unit in. So that's very interesting. You can see the melee fight is just not going my way. Look how much damage these units are doing to my men, and they're not losing anyone. Those berserk units, you can see it even broke my center, so I had to charge in my general. So my Nordic raid leader is charging in to fight those Godin's men. Very scary situation that I'm in. You can see I'm taking out Lionheart's cavalry over on this side, and over on this side we've actually engaged as well. This just happened. We have my noble horsemen, or my Nordic horse lords, and my heroic cavalry just absolutely thrashing these noble horsemen. I'm flanking around with my Saxon lancers. I was going to do a rear charge on these warband, but I noticed how much damage these archers were doing to my men, so I decided against it. And you can see how much damage my general did against this unit. They did really well against these Godin's chosen. This was almost, I think this was near a full unit, so it's really good. And you can see I'm starting to wrap up this flank. I've killed all of his cavalry on this side. And over here his cavalry is dying as well. He decided to bring his Germanic warband out of that fight, which I was very, very happy about. I'm not quite sure if he clicked an attack order on them. So they were going in here, and as soon as I moved them around, they started chasing after them. But you can see I'm thrashing his cavalry here. And I've gotten a rear charge on his warband and his Godin's warlord. So his general is not in a good position right there. You can see I'm single-handedly taking on all these Godin's berserk units with my general, and it is a really risky maneuver. You can see that they're dying, but it was needed. It's my only melee unit left. You can see I killed the enemy general here, and at this point I'm starting to chase down Lionheart's archers. They're no longer really a threat. You can see over here, the warband is pressuring my cavalry. I really do need to get at least the lancers out of there, and I do, and I start delivering rear charges on them, which is quite nice. But you can see this flank has been completely cleared. All the cavalry is dead, and my general is just tanking these guys. Look, these were basically full units in the fight against my general, but my general has been destroyed essentially, and he does end up dying very soon. But it just basically came down to the fact that his units went berserk and just started going into fights that they couldn't win. For example, this unit's been chasing a routing unit for a good minute now. It just really didn't work out, and I think my general dies right about now. You can see the cav charging in, though, against these guys. And these Godin warriors, whatever they're called, the Godin's men and Godin's chosen, they're just hammering me. They're doing a lot of damage. You can see they're surviving until just the last few men. It really is really ridiculous. If I can break this Godin's men, that would be great. You can see they shattered before they could go berserk again, or maybe they can't berserk. I'm not quite sure, but either way, these Godin's chosen really carried the day for Lionheart. You can see the cav are starting to die against the warlord and the Germanic warband, but at this moment you can see it's not looking good for him. He has a few units left. This one unit of archers, and then these units here. And I'm just bringing in my cavalry at this point. We're about to have a nice juicy rear charge here on Lionheart's units. And you can see them charging in. He did turn his Axe warband around, or his Germanic warband, but you can see cavalry is just too good in Attila. It shattered that unit instantly, and now it's fair game for me. I'm just taking out his general basically. But really good fight to Lionheart. You can see my army was brought down to just over 500 men. It was an amazing fight. I was shaking. My heart was pumping. It was really close, and the stakes are just so high with this tournament because one loss and you're gone. So it was really It was really, really tense and a really good battle. And Lionheart, if you're watching this, thank you for an amazing battle. It was really fun, of course, playing with you. And chatting with you afterwards was quite nice as well. You can see these Godin's Chosen are just exhausted. They've been chasing routing units the entire time. And I'm about to charge them with these axes. And you're about to see how good they are. I kind of messed it up because I popped Frenzy. But they still charge in, and you can see that, yeah. The enemy don't last very long against those two-handed axes. And they all die, basically. But yeah, an amazing battle. An amazing, amazing, amazing battle from Lionheart. Thank you so much for the great battle. Here are the stats. See why the spears were a horrible choice? They just got over 10 kills between them all. 15 kills between 5 units, and they were very expensive. So I've definitely learned my lesson. I'm not quite sure if it was just because of them. I think it was, because look at all the kills they got. I'm going to have to run a test after this to see if it is just those units. Because if it isn't, these guys are useless. But you can see my cavalry did really well. This unit of Lancers getting 423 kills. This unit of Axes getting 240. General getting 274. So what made it a close battle was his amazing infantry versus my spears. 5 units. Elite units at that, destroyed right off the bat. It was really worrying because I seen them die. I was like, oh, it's all over. But my cavalry did carry the day for me. And you can see the battle wasn't that different. I only killed a little bit more of his men than he killed of mine. So it was definitely a great battle. Thanks again, Lionheart, for a great battle. And thank you all for joining me on this battle. Thank you for watching. And hopefully you'll see me in a few more battles before I get eliminated. That would be quite nice. But anyway, guys, this has been Overkill as always. Thank you to Haxo for donating or pledging. Gosh, I can't talk today. Thank you to Haxo for pledging on Patreon. It means a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.